So I found this little hatchling outside. It had a dead baby bird in its mouth, so it was trying to eat this dead baby bird. It was laying on the floor. Now, there's no way he can move. He can't walk. He's too young, and you can see it's still a hatchling, so it's not very long come out of the nest. It's got a little bit of downing on, and the problem is where the nest is. There's cosy going up there. I think it's a starling. I'm not sure yet. It's quite a big bird. Now I've been feeding it with a syringe, and this is basically dog biscuits which I've crunched up and added a little bit of sugar and water, and I made it into a paste, as you can see here. Now it doesn't need. Yeah, so how I found it was on the floor, right away from any bushes, and it was eating. Oh, it was trying to eat another bird. Don't know whether it was one of its siblings. But it was in its mouth and it was kind of choking on it, and it was trying to swallow it, but it was way too big for it. So I thought, I took it inside. I thought, I can't just leave it there. So I brought it inside. I went into YouTube and had a look what to do. So I've made this nest using just one of these buckets. I made this nest. Now the important thing which I read is for the bird mustn't be laying on flat ground because it needs to use its legs to build the muscles, and if it just lays down, it's not going to use its legs. So that they need to strengthen. If they don't use their legs, then they become deformed. So it doesn't need a lot of food. I know that. They've got really tiny little bellies. So I'm just going to give it one more little bit of food. And then I'm going to leave it alone for a few hours. Its eyes are still closed, if you can see. Its eyes are still closed. That's how you can tell it's still very, 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 very young. I'd love to know what type of bird it is. If anybody knows, I'd appreciate that. I'm just going to give it a little bit of this. Oh, I've got a heater on, by the way. Little heater next to it. It'll feel the heat on that. Right, I'm just going to lift it up and put its head here. That's it. And then I'm going to just let it open his mouth. That's it. Right, get that little mouth open. And when we get that little mouth open, we can then put some of this in. That's it. Come on, little birdie. Probably thinking, what the hell's going on here? So we're going to give it a little bit of food. That's it. A little bit of food, put it down there into his mouth. And then we're going to use this, put it down into its gullet. That's it. What's important. There we are. Make sure it's right down. We don't want it choking. So I can use a little bit of this. We'll put it on its belly, and then it'll be better then. That's it. So that's what he needs to do. He needs to use his legs. That's it. You see it's swallowing. You can see it's actually swallowing it. I'll just help it a little bit. It's got a quite strong neck. Just get it down there. I'll help it. That's it. I looked after a bird who was a little bit older than this one, about 8 years ago. And I used to call him Mrs. Bird. I'm just going to... food out. Doesn't need it in. Right, so I'll do another video tomorrow. Hopefully it's still alive. Let's put it here. So I'm going to leave it alone for a couple of hours.